Sitemaps, presented by Amanda Chaney. My name is Avalyn Austin. I'm the sales consultant here at Search Mojo, and I will be your moderator for today's presentation. If you'd like to follow today's presentation on Twitter, please follow us with the hashtag SitemapMojo. You may also follow Search Mojo using @SearchMojo, and today's presenter, Amanda Chaney, using @AmandaDChaney. To give you a little insight about Search Mojo, we are a search engine marketing firm founded in 2005, and we specialize in search engine optimization and pay-per-click advertising. We're located in Charlottesville, Virginia, home of the University of Virginia and where Dave Matthews Band got its start. As you can see, we've been published in many magazines and newspapers, and we have spoken at many conferences regarding search, including SMX, SMX Advanced, and PubCon. Our clients have included industries such as higher education, nonprofits, and big businesses as well. So to go ahead and introduce today's speaker, Amanda Chaney is an account manager here at Search Mojo, and working with her team, some of her clients have included Mazda USA, Budget Text, and Liberty Tax Franchise. Without further ado, I'll go ahead and hand it over to Amanda.
Thanks, Avalyn. And before I get into today's main topic, specialty sitemaps, I wanted to go ahead and retouch on what standard sitemaps are. It's basically an XML-based sitemap file that you provide to the search engines, which is basically a guide to the pages on your website. It includes information such as how often they're updated and each page's priority on the site. It just helps Google, you hand them a guide to, or any of the search engines, a guide to be able to more easily index your site content. Specialty sitemaps enable you to submit content other than simply web pages. Some of the specialty sitemap types are video, images, news, software, source code, geographical, and mobile. Some of the benefits of a specialty sitemap are that they provide search engines with metadata that regards specific types of content that's found on your site other than just the web pages themselves. This helps more of your site content get indexed by search engines, which in turn increases the likelihood that your content will show up in search results. For submitting sitemaps, specialized sitemaps are very similar in structure to standard and general sitemaps. You can either submit separate sitemaps for each content type, or you are now, a new development from Google is that can combine them into a single sitemap, kind of an all-in-one for Google submission. This comes with a few exceptions, which I'll get into a little bit later. But submitting and verifying with Google happens the same way as you would with a standard sitemap or a sitemap index. And getting into the first type of specialized content sitemap would be video. By adding video content to your sitemap or submitting a video sitemap separately, this allows your video URLs to be searchable on Google Video, and this also prepares you for the launch of Google TV, which will be coming in the near future. Some of the things you should keep in mind is that your video sitemaps must be under 10 megabytes in size when uncompressed and can also contain no more than 50,000 video items. If your file is larger than this, you can always submit multiple sitemaps or a sitemap index file. What you should include in each URL entry are the title, description, play page URL, thumbnail URL, and also the raw video file or the player URL. You can visit the Webmaster Tools Help Center, which I've included the URL here, for more information on the accepted file types, creation of video sitemaps, and video best practices. And the last link that I've included there is a post from Janet Miller on video sitemaps, and that's found on our official Search Mojo blog. Moving on to the next type are images. Some of the benefits of using image sitemaps and including image information within your standard sitemaps are that it helps Google discover your images that it might not find otherwise. For example, this could be images found behind JavaScript forms that Google cannot crawl. This also gives you the ability to identify the most important images on each page, because most likely they're not all weighted the same in your eyes. And to increase the likelihood that your images will appear in Google image search results, You should be sure to follow Google's recommended best practices for publishing images, which can be found in the Webmaster Tools Help Center. And I'll remind you about the Webmaster Tools Help Center URL at the end of the presentation. Some of the required tags are the image tag and the location tag. And the image tag includes all of your information about a single image, and the location tag provides Google with the URL of the image, which in each location tag, up to 1,000 images can be included. One thing to keep in mind is that Google does not guarantee that they will index all of your images or use all of the information included in your sitemap. Moving on to the next type, are news sitemaps. A news sitemap allows you to control which content you submit to Google News, which has been announced that it is actually 8 years old today, which is kind of impressive. It's been around for a while. This helps Google News find and crawl your articles on your site. Some of the things to note are that Google News does not favor sites that use news sitemaps in their ranking results over ones that do not. This is just helping Google find what's on your site and hopefully get it indexed more quickly. Some of the limitations are that you must include articles that are published within the last 2 days, and sitemap generators usually cannot be used to generate a new sitemap. And this is because if you use a generator, it will also include URLs on your site that do not point to specific news articles, and those cannot be included. So these must be created manually, submitted separately, and they also must be updated very frequently. Mobile sitemaps and sitemap information they use regular sitemap protocol along with specific tag and additional namespace requirements. The benefit is to help get your mobile content indexed. This may be difficult otherwise, and here at the bottom of the page, if you'd like to see an example of an entry with mobile information, there's one provided for you. If you plan to use the sitemap creation tool, which you would use for a standard sitemap, you should check to see that it can create mobile sitemaps, because some of them have that ability, and these sitemaps can only contain URLs that have mobile web content. Any that serve non-mobile content will be ignored by the Google bots, so you should submit those separately. Okay, getting into the last two types are geotags. Geographical sitemaps are, by adding them, you are specifying the format of the geo content of your site, for example, KMS or GeoRSS. The benefit of a geo sitemap is that it provides Google with additional information to help verify location information, and because you're uploading the geo sitemap and KML files to your website, Google can use those files as another authenticated source of location information. So it's beneficial to you all around, and as the last one, you can see an example entry here. The last type is software source code. So what exactly is code search? Code search helps users find function definitions and sample code by allowing them to search publicly accessible source code that's hosted on the internet. So the benefit of having a software source code sitemap or including this information in your standard sitemap is that it allows you to alert Google to any source code that may be found on your site. There's a sample entry here of what the code would look like, and file type is the only required tag for the software source code information. For more of the optional tag information, you can visit the Webmaster Tools Help Center. And as I mentioned before, you can either submit all of these sitemaps separately. Some of them can be created automatically with generators. Some must be created manually, but the structure of a sitemap with multiple content types is similar to a standard sitemap with the additional ability to contain URLs referencing different content types. So now Google has made this new development where you can combine all of these content types, excluding news, into one XML sitemap to submit. The same sitemap rules apply, like the 50,000 max URLs in one file and the 10 megabyte uncompressed file size limit all still apply, and you can find more structured guidelines at the URL provided.
So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us for today's micro webinar. Thank you, Amanda, for the specialty sitemap information. Everybody attending will receive a copy of today's slide. We'll put a link up that will point to the Search Mojo site with a PDF of today's slides. We will also be putting up the recording of the video on our YouTube channel, which you will find under our Resources tab on search-mojo.com. So again, we look forward to having you on future webinars, and hope you have a wonderful day.